Hello everybody, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So we are back from our little trip to Athens. It is week number 6 for us, but we also spent almost a whole week in Athens. So I really wanted to make a quick video for you guys. If you are planning a trip to Athens, here's 5 tips for traveling to Athens. So tip number 1, which I think it is very kind of like common knowledge, but if you didn't know, Athens is a super busy city, and especially during high season, which is the summer months like July and August, it's super packed and crowded. There are lines everywhere, and it's very hot too. So everybody's hot and bothered. Uh, that could potentially be a complete party pooper. So if you can, at all costs, I would recommend do not travel during high season. That's my first tip for you guys, because we did travel to Athens. I think it was mid-November, which is a little bit like, it's more like the fall. So, but it was still very hot, and so you can't even imagine what it's like here in August. It's like 40 degrees. You don't want to do it. So in November, for example, it was a little bit less hot, but there were still lines to like the big touristy places and museums. So there's still a lot of people here, regardless of the season. But during the peak season, it is extremely busy, extremely crazy. People are just too stressed also, and the heat is totally nuts. I would avoid it at all costs. So that's my first tip for you. Do not travel during high season. Tip number 2, if you can, consolidate all your belongings, because me and my husband, for example, we're traveling with 2 small kids, and we had a very bad boo-boo. My husband forgot his camera in the taxi, which was so bad. And how can you forget something like that? But when you're traveling and you have 7 bags and strollers and 2 screaming kids in the car, you can forget stuff. And I can assume that this can happen to anyone if you have kids, but especially if you have kids, or if you don't. So if you can, consolidate all your belongings, put all the important stuff, all the valuable stuff, especially in one suitcase, so you don't have to take a bunch of bags when you go in and out from the car, or in and out from one place or a restaurant to another, because you can forget your stuff. You can leave your stuff behind, and in busy places and big cities, you can kiss that item goodbye, because there is no way, there is like a 1 in a million chance, billion chance, that you will find it or that someone will give it back to you, because once it's gone, it is gone. So if you can, consolidate all your belongings, put it all in one bag. I promise you, you'll thank me later for that. And tip number 3, if you are looking for a place to stay, I would stay away from hotels, because another example that we were facing also, we had to stay an extra night in Athens, and we had only 2 nights with our Airbnb. So I was looking for a hotel, and there's so many options, too many options. But the thing is that unless you go with a very high-end option, which is of course very expensive, um, I don't. It is hard to find a good option, because sometimes you can fall on a hotel that is still very high priced, but the service and everything else is very much below average. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So instead of hotel, I would highly recommend, if you are traveling to Athens, to stick with the Airbnb. Actually, if you guys missed, I posted a few videos from my Airbnb on my story. It was so amazing. It was about 50 euro a night, and we even had a pool in the building so our kids can cool off after a long and hot day running around the city. So this Airbnb was the best. We had 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 tubs, which we didn't need, but it was the best thing ever. We had a balcony, we had a dining room, we had a kitchen, a full kitchen. Amazing. Highly recommended. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. If you want to check it out, go ahead. I would highly recommend that you do it and you book that Airbnb. Also very great communication. Everything was amazing. So that's my recommendation. Recommendation number 3. If you are looking for a place to stay, stick with Airbnb. Don't go for the hotels unless you're into this high-end kind of like lifestyle. Number 4 is with regards to food. If you are looking for a place to eat, stay away. It's also kind of like common knowledge, but sometimes you just forget when you're like all bedazzled by everything going on around you and you're all excited. Stay away from touristy spots. There are a lot of places around the city center, around the Acropolis, that they kind of like really looking nice and glitzy and nice. But the food is not that great. I have yet to sit in a place that was super touristy. That was really good. If you want good food, go with the locals. Stay around the middle section of the city. You can find some really good finds there. I also would add some links to recommended places in the description if you wanted to go and check it out. And other than that, tip number 5, if you are looking for more things to do around the city, beside the museums and other touristy spots, one of the really great things that we enjoyed, it was like a theme park that you can go at night, opens in the evening. Super awesome, good for adults and for kids together. The beaches, you can go and hang out in the beach, because I don't know if you know, but Athens is very close to a lot of very beautiful places that you can go and have a swim. One of the locals, I asked him, what do you recommend to do in Athens? And what he told me was to just walk around the city, because actually there are a lot of really cool places that you might find if you just walk around. You know, run into Athens is just such a busy city with so many things to see. So you might walk around in your neighborhood and find a lot of cool spots that you wouldn't be really looking for if you were on your phone, like trying to find the next touristy spot to catch. You know what I mean? Like, for example, on one occasion we found this big park. It's not that secret. It's right in the middle of Athens, but every time we go to Athens, we go to that park. We enjoy going to that park so much. It's beautiful, a lot of stuff to do. There's a restaurant there. There's like a little zoo and like a little kids park, so it's perfect, you know, and we can let our kids run around and do whatever they want. So this is like our fun thing to do in Athens. So I would recommend really, yeah, walk around and find what you can see in your local area, because there are just so many things that you can do there and you can find, and maybe you will find a spot that is not on the touristy guide or, you know, on Google and stuff like that. So other than that, this is our 5 tips for traveling to Athens. And let me know, if you were in Athens, what was your favorite thing to do? And I hear my kids screaming for me right now, so I would let you go. And I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.